Good morning, everyone. Pete Pardo here. Welcome to another edition of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. Today, we're going to take a look at the brand new release from U.S. guitar hotshot, guitar veteran, probably the busiest guy in music, Joe Bonamassa, Royalty, recorded at Abbey Road Studios. Okay, made in England, as it says here. Original English Royalty, a product of Abbey Road. Kind of cool the way that's designed. It's got the, you can see the raised letters and all that kind of good stuff. So let's take a look at the this lovely digipack here before we talk about the music. So here we have all sorts of pictures. Obviously, Joe, a big music historian, loves all the legendary studios and musicians and whatnot. So here, I'm sure, quite a thrill for him to be recording at the famous Abbey Road Studios. All right. Pretty cool. Let's take a look at the booklet. Get that out of here. So we've got, all sorts of information. Joe is not the kind of guy who's ever at a loss for words. So all sorts of info on here about his experience at Abbey Road, the kind of concept for some of the lyrics of the songs. You got pictures of the musicians, stuff in the studio. I mean, this is truly a pretty cool little booklet. Gotta love when you get stuff like this, right? All sorts of fine things. So let's talk about the lineup here, right, on the album. So, of course, recorded at Abbey Road Studios, engineered by Christopher James Parker. Produced by Mr. Bonamassa himself, along with Kevin Shirley. Drew a blank there for a second. So let's get the... let me find the lineup of all the musicians. I know it's in here somewhere. I know it's in there somewhere. All right, so we got Anton Fig on drums, Michael Rhodes on bass, Reese Winans on organ, backing vocals, Jade McRae, Juanita Tippins, Jeff Boca on percussion. Who else? Anybody else? I mean, yeah, it kind of varies from track to track, but that's like the basis of the lineup here. Yeah, that's pretty much the band. And of course, guitars, all sorts of guitars and vocals, Mr. Bonamassa himself. Rob McNally on rhythm guitar on occasion here, it looks like, as well. Mahalia Barnes, Jade McRae, I think I already said them, on backing vocals, sax, Paulie Serra, also on baritone sax, Ron, oh boy, Jublo, it's hard to read, it's so small. But anyway, a nice, collection of folks here on all these tracks here. I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. Oh, Bernie Marsden, backing vocals on one track as well. That's an odd choice, right? Bernie Marsden, the great guitar player. I know him and Joe have been friends. Anyway, so about the album itself. So I've been following Joe and listened to his music for a long, long time, and since he was a kid. And it's pretty amazing how he's gone from, in his career as a solo artist, he's gone from, a lot of the early solo albums were these big raucous blues rock affairs, mostly covers, a lot of covers. And then, slowly he started to incorporate his own original songs into his albums. He oftentimes pays tribute to a lot of his heroes, so that's why, you may have some songs that are done as an homage to some of his heroes, may actually do covers from some of his heroes. He's done all sorts of stuff. Pretty busy, usually releases a new album, if not every year, every other year. Usually you get a live album in between. The live albums, thankfully, have not been like live albums of all the same songs over and over and over again, so if you buy all of Bonamassa's live albums, you usually get pretty different sets throughout. Plus, he's got the stuff with Black Country Communion, and he guest stars all over the place. So Joe is out there. But I will say this is a pretty stellar album. It's roughly about, I think it's 52 or 53 minutes long, so just under an hour. You've got 10 new tracks on here. It basically gives you a lot of the styles that he's known for. So you got some straight blues on here, you got some blues rock, you got some heavy rock on here, you got a little kind of like almost like southern / country rock type stuff on here as well. Got some pop on here. I will say his vocals are outstanding on this album. I've always liked Joe's vocals. He's got a really nice voice, got a very bluesy voice. There are some people who, like, his detractors will say that his guitar style points to, too many other guys, and that his vocal style does the same. You know what? I mean, Joe never, ever fails to acknowledge who his heroes are. But I think he's got enough of his own voice, both in his guitar style and his vocals, that I don't go that route. I just appreciate him for who he is and what he is. So you got, like I said, 10 tracks on here. You got When One Door Opens, which starts off kind of bluesy, then it turns into this big, heavy rock kind of song, which I dig. I think if you like his work in Black Country Communion with Glenn Hughes and Jason Bonham and Derek Sherinian, I think you will like probably, there's about 3 songs on here that fit into that kind of mold. When One Door Opens, certainly. I Don't Think She Would Do It, another one. Conversation with Alice is another kind of good heavy bluesy rocker. Then you've got the title track, Royalty, nice and bluesy, good hooks in that. Why Does It Take So Long to Say Goodbye is a really cool, kind of slow, bluesy, dramatic, emotional song with some killer guitar soloing going on. You got Look Out Man is like an up-tempo kind of bluesy boogie shuffle, which I kind of dig. High Class Girl, another one. I think I mentioned A Conversation with Alice. Beyond the Silence, another good bluesy rocker with some great vocals by Joe. Lonely Boy, okay, also good up-tempo blues rock, lots of fun. And then I think the big surprise on the album is the last track, which is called Savannah. And that is kind of like, man, and you listen to that, and it's like, if you're a fan of, like, maybe modern Southern rock, the crossover country pop stuff, you'll absolutely love that song. It's really, really catchy. It's got the acoustic guitar, some tasty electric guitars, lots of vocals, just really cool chorus. Really good song. Not what I would have expected from Joe, but I definitely dig it quite a bit. So, in saying that, all that, I think this album is very much a song-based album. And while there are certainly some scorching guitar solos on here, lots of cool gritty riffs and all that kind of stuff, this to me sounds like a real band album. And it's a real song-based album, and it's got a lot of different varieties and textures on it, which is really good. It's not a one-trick pony by any means. Like I say, he's got some hard rock on here. He's got some straight blues, some blues rock, a little bit of like that kind of rootsy Southern country thing, some boogie. There's a little bit of everything on here. Vocally, he's never sounded better. Okay, and he's got such a great band. I mean, you've got, Anton Fig and Reese Winans. I mean, the whole crew. It's just, this is a well-oiled machine. And, the rich backing vocals, really enjoyable album. And it sounds great. I mean, when you got Kevin Shirley at the helm, you're in Abbey Road Studios, and you are someone like Joe Bonamassa, who's very meticulous about, the way he puts together his albums. Man, it doesn't get much better. This is, it's one of those albums, and I say this from time to time, when you come across an album that kind of fits this bill, is like from the very first listen to this, I was already remembering melodies and riffs and things like that, and anticipating listening to them again. And that doesn't happen all the time with a lot of albums we hear, in the modern age, right? But when an album affects you right in that first listen and you're already remembering those hooks, that's a pretty good job. So there you have it. So Royalty from Joe Bonamassa, pretty spectacular. We've got this and the new Walter Trout this year. 2 really, really fine modern blues guitar albums from 2 tremendous players and singers. And gotta love that, right? Gotta love it. So check it out. Don't miss it. Of course, this is on Mascot Records, right? J&R Adventures. Okay. J&R Adventures Records, sorry. So yeah, check it out. Don't miss it. Royalty. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Coming up, man, we got some heavy hitters on the show today. We've got Roy Nastol from the Flower Kings and drum legend Simon Phillips. In addition, Stephen Reed's coming back on the show, and he and I are going to rank the studio albums of Cinderella. So all this is coming up. You'll be able to view all this tonight. So stay tuned later on for all this great stuff, and enjoy it, and more stuff coming. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tell all your friends. Make sure you set up all your alerts, and come back often, all right? So have a good one, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.